Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Someone wrote in and wanted to know what a correct price was for a reading. And I think I've touched on it briefly before about pricing, and it goes with timing as well. There are many different mediums and many different prices out there. Of course, you know my feelings about psychics. Don't waste your time or money. But as far as mediums go, it varies depending on what medium you go to. My price is $150 a reading, but I don't time my readings. So the person could be here from 30 minutes to 2 hours or longer. Since most of my clientele are parents who have lost children, I don't want to be on the clock. And I want to make sure that before anyone leaves after a reading from me, that they are filled with a sense of peace and are convinced that I was able, in fact, to connect with their child by bringing through messages that were proven to be validated by the person who sits in front of me who came for the reading. So I work a little differently. I also don't do this as my livelihood. There are mediums out there who this is their livelihood, whether they're a single person and they're the sole provider for the family or whatever. Their time is maybe a little more precious than my time. So they have to work on the clock. So I never like to criticize a medium on the pricing or the time. It's an individual thing. So I guess the answer would be is you have to decide, if you find the right person, again, a medium, not a psychic, a medium that you want to go to. You want to receive evidential information, which is going to prove to you that they did in fact bring in messages from your loved one. I also always recommend that you go to a spiritual medium that does everything in God's love and light. They're not going to fill your head with the line that there's curses. Usually that's safe just for the psychics. They like that because that's where their money is. But once they prove to be true, and there are some very good psychics out there, and I've shared this with you before, but again, they need to be an evidential psychic. So what that means is they should be able to bring in information about your past and something that's going on presently in your life before you ever have, you ever listen to anything they say about the future. I personally feel that it's between God and the person who lives it, and I know that by making the right decisions, we can change our own future. There's some things we don't have control over, but more times than not, we do have control by making the right choices. Okay, so it's an individual thing. More importantly than the cost is that you find the right person. And if you find the right person, they're not going to charge an astronomical amount of money because they're not in it just for the money. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. And as always, I leave you in God's love and light.